Another
Right now.
evolutions pack. Nice.
God damn.
And we're live with Creators Live. Oh my God, we are back here again with
So
episode 4.
enthusiastic.
It's always scary because I'm
Oh.
like, oh my God, I pressed the live
Oh
button.
my
Like, I'm not
God.
sure what the delay is. Are we live right now or were we live 10 seconds ago? Oh, there he is. I'm hearing myself.
Oh my God.
Okay, now we're definitely live.
Afros.
All right, let's go. All right, welcome to Creators Live. We have some of my favorite guests in the house tonight. My favorite Pokemon TikTok. We are missing a valued
We're
member right
on
now.
the lower end of the scale. We're here.
I feel
Pogi
that
GPA couldn't make
We were
it
asked
tonight,
last minute.
and we miss him
Okay.
tonight. But he'll make the after party. Shout out to GPA. Thank
Like
you
Frankie
everyone, all
Guy.
the followers in his house right now. This episode is about answering your guys' questions. So I gathered a bunch of your guys' questions throughout the week, mainly today.
I was about to say that. I'm like, you just started today.
I got a few earlier in the week, but yeah, no specific topics, just like covering everything Pokemon. We got some good questions. We got some common questions that we've been asked before, but we'll briefly cover them again. And we also have some new questions, which is awesome. We got let me just introduce everyone real quick. We got Officially Whelmed, Titanic. We have Giving Bulbasaur, and then I Am Risen. What's up, everybody? Thank you for making it on a Sunday too, the day of rest.
Was trying to. Not
every time you try to get out, I just pull you right back in.
It's true.
All right, let's just start with questions. And guys, if you the followers, if you guys think of other questions, please just put them in the chat, and we'll try to get to them. But as of right now, I got a couple pages of questions, so let's just start. I think some of them should be quick. Well, I write big. It's not like tiny writing.
Like how do I look?
Like
Question 1.
Exactly. It takes up one page.
What's your favorite Pokeball?
Next page.
the heavy ball.
Yeah.
Here's a cool question.
Oh, that'd be cool.
What? Oh, your favorite Pokeball?
No, because I don't know about all the balls, and I know they all do something different, so I would like to learn about them.
Another time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not on his list, so it's not gonna be today.
I know, it doesn't count. I wasn't prepared. This one's cool. Your fondest memory of Pokemon. Do you guys have a fondest memory?
Ooh.
While you guys think, I'll just say mine. Especially like recently, my little sister, she's getting into Pokemon now and just opening up cards with her. Like I gave her cards this Christmas. That's the first time I gave her Pokemon cards as a gift.
It's cool.
To open up. So I'm definitely cherishing that right now and being able to bond with her over Pokemon. But that's now. Like me though, growing up before she's 10 now, so before she was born, just sitting at home when I go into Target buying cards and then just organizing them in the binder. Anytime I would get and my binders would be so all Bulbasaurs had to be together, and then it would be all the Ivysaurs. So if I get a new set with a Bulbasaur, I would have to move every single card over one in the binder just to put that Bulbasaur in. So most of my time was just spent organizing my binders.
Oh my goodness, it's funny.
But now I can't do that.
Shit.
Do you still have them?
Yeah, I still have all those cards.
All those Bulbasaurs.
All the Bulbasaurs.
So many Bulbasaurs.
And then my old binders, I would draw Pokemon on them, so I still have those binders. And another fond memory is my mom driving me and my siblings to a card shop. I remember it would always be at night, like after she would get home from work. It'd be late at night, and it would go to a card shop. And my friend from school, his dad worked at the card shop, and that's just a cool memory I have of my mom, just like going out of her way to take us to a card shop for the kids. Like I don't have too many of those memories of my parents going out of their way to do something like that. So I was like, I wonder why she would do that for us, but she did. So that's a cool memory. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have one. So I used to play with my brother. We used to play Pokemon. And actually, I just saw him. We were talking about it this week. But one of my fondest memories about Pokemon growing up was that my dad took me and my brother to a Pokemon event tournament at a mall.
Oh wow.
And this is where you could get Mew in the Game Boy game. And so everybody lined up, and before the tournament starts and everything, they actually plugged into your Game Boy and they gave you Mew.
That's
And so
cool.
like that was amazing. And so
I
that
can
was
imagine.
fun, just getting Mew, being with my family, my brother and my dad, and then doing the tournament. My brother won the little league tournament. I forget what they called it back then, but it was like you could only use like 15 CP or 15 like level Pokemon. Um, and I didn't win mine. I tried the stronger Pokemon one. I didn't know what I was doing. But then we played some TCG battles. They had an area where you could play like the card game, and so that was really fun. So that's one of my fondest memories. They had the Pikachu Volkswagen Beetle car
Oh.
there, and that was really cool. But I just remember having like a good time, like hanging out with my brother and my dad, and yeah, just having a really fun, good time because that's not normal for us to do stuff like that, and so
Yeah.
like that was really cool to do that. I loved it.
That's super cool. Yeah, I never saw any like tournaments as a kid. That's awesome. Any other fond memories, people?
I have a fun, quick one. So when I was just what I can remember playing like Red, Blue, Gold, Silver back in the day, I actually found my OG Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
You could see like I remember I lost the back of mine, so I like stole my friend's or something. I didn't steal it, but
You
I
didn't steal it. It's okay.
I didn't steal it. But anyways, but it's cool seeing the e-reader. I forgot I had this because I definitely have very few e-reader cards from as a kid, like 5 of them. But I thought
What
that
would
was
it do? I don't even know what it did.
I
Did it put it into a game for you or something?
I honestly forget. I
I
honestly
think it puts it into the game. Like you catch it like on the cards, and you kind of like what they used to do with those statues for like Nintendo.
Yeah,
Kind of
Yeah,
like
Meeples.
that. I
Meeples.
think I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what they used to do.
but it was like
Interesting.
it was for like the e-reader series, I think, of cards for the
It's cool.
Expedition
Yeah.
and Sky
But
Ridge.
but the main memory though is just if you ever had the Advanced or the Game Boy Color and you're trying to trade like in Red and Blue, you used to have this like crazy wire that you would attach to both of them.
Yeah.
And you'd be like holding it in, both you and your buddy would be holding it in, just trying for it to transfer, trade, and not get disconnected through it, just trying to get like your Gengar.
It's
your
always a
Machop.
problem. Yeah.
So, yeah, so I just remember being having fun being frustrated with that. It's my memory.
I heard the e-reader card, like the e-reader, it never worked properly either. That was another issue.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the best. Mine's actually in pretty good shape. It'd probably work. I don't know.
You should try it.
Do it with your Charizard. Don't just swipe that bad boy.
In the slap.
And the
I,
slap.
I actually
Slap.
don't. I actually don't remember a lot of my childhood. Like it was very blank. The only thing I do remember about Pokemon,
Jesus.
like I blocked, like y'all guys, I blocked out my childhood. But I think I remember the one thing I do remember is having a stack of cards, taking them to school, and I've always wanted an Alakazam. Never got it. It was like my favorite Pokemon. Got one in Gengar. I was very emo-ish when I was a kid, and I wanted that Alakazam mostly. And so one day the teacher took our Pokemon cards, and it was one of those things like, "You're not getting this back to the end of the year" type of thing. And when the end of the year came, she gave us our Pokemon cards, but it wasn't our Pokemon cards because they just randomly grabbed them and gave you a stack. But I happened to get a Alakazam out of it, and I was super stoked. And I not knowing like I lost my Blastoise because I had a Blastoise, but I didn't care because that wasn't my favorite Pokemon. So I really was super excited about that. So yeah, that's the only thing I can remember from when I was little.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like you
that's
got like a
awesome.
pack of cards. Like it's like a
No, they literally would take our cars. They would get mad at us playing. And if I recall, we weren't even. It wasn't even school time. It was after school. We were sitting in the front of the school and we were playing. And I guess she was mad, and she just came and grabbed all of our Pokemon cards, and they would take them to the office, principal office, and they just threw them in boxes. And at the end of the year, they would just grab a stack and give them to you.
What?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I lost some really good cards, but I was super stoked about that Alakazam, so I didn't really care at the time. I care now.
Wasn't there like a mission to save the cards? I mean, if I knew there was like a box of Pokemon cards at my school,
We weren't that crafty.
Pretty sure
I lived
get into
across the
that.
street, and I was tardy. It was elementary school. I was literally across like sidewalk, across street, my house, and I was absent like most of the year, and I was tardy like 57 times out of the year. So there was no like I need to make a mission to get in school. I just didn't want to go to school, so it was just what it is. That would have been cool though.
I remember something similar happened with my Game Boy Color
wait,
in middle school.
Kids, go to school.
Yeah. Yes.
or don't if it's not your thing.
At least finish high school.
Or not.
Or not.
Now I remember in middle school, my teacher took away the Game Boy Color, and then she never planned on giving it back. And then like your story, it was the kid's job at the end of the year, the last school day, as the bell rings and everyone's off for the summer. You better remember you have an item in the office. You got to go get it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there. They don't know who I am. They don't know what item they have of mine. They're just, yeah, I'm looking for the Game Boy. What? Just look in the back. And I'm just going through all the cubicles and or cubby holes. I'm like, where the freak is it?
That's crazy.
And it could have not been there. Some other kid could have grabbed it going in there. Luckily, I found it. The game wasn't in there anymore, but I got the Game Boy Color, which was it's older than the game was, so I was glad to get that. And it's like, whew, at least I got that back. But Jesus
Nice.
Christ,
You could have grabbed
That's
a lot of other
crazy.
stuff. Oh yeah, this was mine too. Yeah.
teachers suck.
I would have grabbed all the Alakazam cards and just put them in mine.
All of them.
Officially whelmed. Do you have any
Oh.
fond memories?
I guess it was just always kind of cool. I always had a twin sister, so she was my rival in every Pokemon game. She would get the opposite game, and then we would like battle each other as soon as we could, like in the games.
Oh, cool.
And it would be like, "Oh, you're not ready to take on that gym," and then we'd keep going.
That's fun.
So that was always kind of fun.
It's awesome.
Someone to play it with.
That is actually really.
It's
cool.
fun.
Yeah. And I just discovered recently, I would always name my rival after her. I just
Yeah.
discovered recently that she was not doing the same thing. She was not naming her rival after me. She was naming it some weird stuff, and I just never checked up on that. So I feel cheated.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember going in. It was 6th grade when the Game Boy game was really popular for me, and I remember like TickTock, or like we were saying, just like taking a link cable to school and like during recess, like trying to trade or battle each other or whatever until it all got banned. But it was fun times for sure.
Man, I want to battle people right now. Dang, I haven't
Do
done
it.
that
You
in
need to get
so
the
many
Switch.
years.
Hey, get a
Yeah.
Switch.
Get the Switch.
Don't get the Switch unless you know somebody's gonna help you do it.
We
We
helped
helped
you.
you.
I
We
gave
helped you
I gave you
eventually.
step-by-step instructions. Like very
Nobody
quickly.
told me to catch the slow bro. They just said go fight the slow bro. So
I
did.
just honestly I didn't even know that. I just did it because I wanted it.
I fought him so
I
many
ended
times.
up telling you. I ended up telling you at the very end.
It's okay, because right now
After
I'm
you
trying
did
to
it.
catch my shiny Rayquaza and it's taking forever.
It does take forever.
All right, ready for the next question, boys and girls? All right,
There's only one girl here.
boys and girl.
People.
Which packs have the rarest, most expensive cards? And remember, I got a bunch of kids in these live streams asking questions. Where
So,
they don't
are you
know
asking,
anything
like-
about anything. And,
Are you asking like the most obtainable packs?
Yeah,
for the kids
I would
to
say
open?
obtainable for
that's
sure.
what I'm getting at.
I would
So,
say shining,
can I
shining
finish
legends.
explaining the question
My bad.
for Pete's sake? Giving Bulbasaur.
My bad.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, so they don't know much about especially the kids just now getting into it.
Mhm.
They don't know what's. Oh, he left. No, come back. I'm so sorry. They don't know what packs are what sets are the best, what cards come in what packs. They really don't know. So, yeah, I guess a lot of them are just looking. Which packs have the best cards? What is the most expensive? What's the most rarest? So, I guess we can just give them a beginner's guide. So, what were you gonna say, Eli?
Oh no.
Before I
Okay,
interrupted you, interrupting
Sorry.
me.
I just remember you saying we have to be more proactive, so I was trying to be proactive. But anyways,
Yeah, well,
uh,
let me stop talking first.
I'm ADD, bro. I forget.
Go
Anyway,
ahead. Well, take it
for
away, sir.
for me personally, like I think one of the best sets out there to get like hit cards is gonna be Shining Legends. There's so many cards in there, like that I love personally. There's Hidden Fates, Shining Legends, and as you can tell, if I can show you real quick, um, I can't. I get a lot of the shiny cards, and these are just my personal favorite, and these go for mega money if you can find them and get them at a good deal. So that's just me personally, but I'm pretty sure everybody has their own personal sets that they like to go after.
Yeah, I think
I-
Shiny Legends is a great one. I think it's probably slightly out of priced right now.
What is it
And
like
you
20
can't
bucks?
what
What is it like 20 bucks?
a pack?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking.
Not
Yeah.
that. Is it that much already?
I would imagine so because I just saw a box going or an ETB going for like a lot.
The ETBs have gone up a crazy amount. I would
So,
say
I'd
Shining
imagine so.
Shining Legends is just tough to get. You're not really finding it. You found it in stores a couple months ago, like 3, 4, 5 months ago, but now
Agree.
it's tougher.
A kid's not gonna find it.
I
Yep.
would say if you were a kid going to a store and you
Yeah.
were like, I want to pick up the pack that has the most fun hits and the coolest, I would until Shining Fates comes out, I would say Hidden Fates.
Yep.
It's tough to get because people will buy all of it when they're in the store, as well as scalpers trying to resell it. But it is by far the most fun set for me to open, just because you have all of these shinies, including full arts, trainers, big. And if you're concerned about the value of those cards, so much value in the cards that you can pull out of them. But it's also just for the fun of it. So you're getting the double fun and amazing pulls. Like if you open a tin, you're usually going to find at least one baby shiny or something out of it. So that would be my, if anything, set. Current modern, I think Vivid Voltage is awesome.
Before we
Personally, I just think
switch over, I was going to say the same thing about Hidden
Yeah.
Fates.
go
And
ahead.
the benefit is that you can also, so the marked up price on eBay isn't that crazy. It is more than what you would buy in the store for, right? But you can still find people selling it for like an ETB, or not an ETB, but you can find one of the tins for like $35 to $40, which is like decent for 4 packs. So it's not like too crazy, and it definitely has a lot of good hits, like Tectonic was saying.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you guys, but I'm gonna go a little different route. Well, I'm thinking of the kids that what can they buy in the store for store price? Then they're not gonna be able to pay extra for stuff online. So the stuff in the stores, you're not gonna find. You're most likely not gonna find Hidden Fates. You won't find Evolutions. You won't find Burning Shadows is a set I like as well. You're not gonna find that probably because that's being bought up because of the Charizard chase card. Burning Shadows is a set that has some really rare cards in it, like the rare energy card, the gold energy cards, but you're probably not going to find that. So Titanic mentioned it. Vivid Voltage is a fun set that you can probably find. I'm seeing a lot of those in stores. They have amazing rares, rainbow rares, V maxes, V cards. They have so many different things, and I think it's a fun set. Every pack you have a chance of pulling something cool. Even if it's not the most expensive card, you're gonna have. If you're a kid, you're gonna have fun. The art's cool. They great drawings in there. It's a fun set to collect, I think. But other than that, you have a good chance of finding like some Sun and Moon packs. Like I believe this is the Sun and Moon era with Unbroken Bonds, and then Unified Minds. Those are other, and then Team Up. Those are 3 sets which are really fun. Those come with cards where there's 2 Pokemon on one card, and you can get the rainbow versions of those cards. I love those cards. Those are fun as well. So if you can find those, I think you have a good chance of finding those packs as well in stores. So
right now you have Unified Minds had a reprint in December, so there were 3 packs in stores. You're gonna see in the next couple of months Cosmic Eclipse, which is my personal favorite Sun and Moon set. So many, it's like a humongous set. There's all these cool trainers. There's trainer artworks. You're always pulling cool stuff that should be more in stores in the next couple of like March, maybe January, February. I forget if there's a lockdown date for that, but such a great set.
Yeah,
And it'll
actually,
be
somebody in the chat was saying Dollar Tree packs. Like I said, I don't do Dollar Tree packs, but for kids, those are some great things to do. Grab 5 Dollar Tree packs every week and just have fun with it. And maybe pull like a $10-$20 card sometimes.
I've done it many times on my. It's hard to get it, but it's possible. You can get gold cards and VMAX cards and tag team cards from these packs of dollar store packs. A lot of times you won't get it, but sometimes you will. It's a gamble. All right, thank you guys.
Gamble.
Yeah, always.
And Vivid has amazing rares. They're so pretty.
Yeah, the Vivid
They're amazing.
Voltage.
For Vivid, they're just cool.
Next question. Are all vintage cards worth being graded?
It's a big question because it really the short and the really short answer, which is vague, is it depends and depends
Yeah.
on the condition, because
The condition.
we've seen a big regression in a correction in all of the hype that was in October and the beginning of November on anywhere from base set to kind of WotC first Wizards of the Coast, like that first 1999 to 2003 era. So I think there's never a harm in cheaply grading any kind of vintage, especially if you like it, because I have a bunch of base set hollows I sent. They're going to get for like $10 a card, $11 a card. They're going to get 5s, 6s, 7s, maybe 8s. But I just think it's cool to have them. So, and you could probably sell them for $20. Like if you're really concerned on the value of the card, they'll be sellable because people want the cards.
There's vintage cards that you are okay with getting a low grade on. Like, okay, this gets 5 or lower. I'm cool with that because this card is that rare. But then there's other vintage cards like, I don't know, take a Venonet from the jungle set. Oh, this gets a low grade. Is it worth it? Not really, because I could sell it the same price raw. It being graded a low grade, like. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to stick to like more popular Pokemons for sure. And then it also goes to like you say Venonat, like somebody, I don't know who, but somebody out there might think Venonat's like the most badass Pokemon in the whole world. Grade your, in my Discord guys, I always tell people, because people do ask like, what should I grade? If it's not for investment standpoint, do your numbers. If it is not, then grade what you love. That's where it comes down to.
Yeah, for sure. But I think this question was for investment purposes. So it no. Are all vintage cards worth being graded? I would say no.
No, not
grade
really.
the more popular ones.
Yeah, and then like for example, like you can with vintage Pokemon, there's like you can take a little bit more risk if you really want to get into investing. Like I'm grading base set commons, you know, and I'm even grading some non-popular ones. Like I'm grading a Weedle, I'm grading a Caterpie, because people like those, and eventually down the line. But I'm doing them in bulk, trying to get the grading as cheap as possible and holding them for like X amount of years, because if I get them back now, I'm probably make nothing to, you know, maybe double my money depending on condition, but they come back with low grades, you're not going to make anything. So I would always say do bulk. The more cards you send, the better chance you have of getting good grades, but do your inspections on the cards too, and also do your numbers for sure.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the condition, because if you have any kind of vintage card and it's in perfect condition, it honestly like in perfect condition means not just like sometimes you get attached. I used to do this so much where I'd look at a card and I'm like attached to an old vintage card, but it's actually like a PSA 6 or 7, like that whitening's gonna do it. If you really have great condition vintage cards, I would say at a bulk, like it's probably worth it. As long as it's gonna be graded okay, there's probably some value, but you just have to be careful on condition. But it really just comes down to making sure you're being just good with your numbers, like Eli says, just that you're responsible with how much you're spending on it and checking for that condition, and then what cards are popular. If you're just really from an investment or trying to make value out of your cards.
Agree. It's if you are truly trying to invest in something, you have to run the numbers, and so not everything is going to be worth it, you know, and so you have to narrow it down. And not majority of people also don't just have infinite amount of cash to grade. Say they have 600
be selective
vintage cards or something, so they don't just have infinite amount of cash to grade 600 cards like that too, right? And even if you do, is that the best use of your money is the question I would ask. And so really just comes down to evaluating. Like I grade some cards, I invest 100%, right? But some cards I grade because I just really like them and I want a 10 of that card, right? Or it's a card that like, this is a card from my childhood, and I just want to keep it in its current shape, right, and in condition. But then it's looking, okay, now there's these other, like I just bought like 30 cards today, and it's all investment, right? And I ran the numbers on all of them, and I knew what I was buying them for. I know what I'm going to get them graded at, and I have a general idea of what I'll be able to sell them if they come. I'm guessing they're going to come anywhere from a, you know, a 9.5 to an 8, hopefully. And I know what I'll be able to sell them for, and I know that I'll be able to make some money, right?
Mhm. The other thing too is also, like, I think a lot of people get tied up, especially like right now, since a lot of us are talking about grading cards, guys. There's sometimes where you have to not grade cards, sell them raw, sell them bulk, like sell them raw, and just get your money back or get a little bit extra, and then reinvest that money into other cards that you can grade. That's an option. Don't think grading is your only option. There's so many different ways to make money doing Pokemon. You can do like mystery packs if you start building a following. You know, put those extra cards in there. You know, don't charge an expensive amount if they're not great cards, but you can put like one really good chase card, and you can put those extras as fluffers, and have really fun doing like little packs for the kids because they like doing that too. So those are other options you have. Don't think grading is your only option, because like he was saying, you're gonna tie up a lot of your money, because it's gonna be, if you're doing bulk, it's gonna be 7, 8, 9 months before you get that money back, and you don't have to pay it all right now, but in 8 or 9 months, you're gonna have to pay that bill, wait for your cards to come in, and then you're gonna have to sell them all before you can actually make any money. So you have to really be very smart about what you're gonna invest into and how much money you're willing to tie up for that long of a time. So maybe selling bulk and flipping cards, or buying graded cards that are already graded and flipping them for a smaller profit. You don't make as much as you would, but now you're doing it quicker, more of a turnaround, and then now you're building your capital, so that later on you can tie up some money in grading cards.
100%. Yeah, that's one of the things I do first with any collection I go through, is separating the cards out, the rare cards, into piles of like, what am I going to potentially get graded, and what am I looking to just either bulk out or trade or sell as a raw product.
Awesome, guys. All right, let's do a couple rapid fire. These seem like we can answer them quickly. Real quick, favorite evolution. Mine's Umbreon, because that's my little sister's favorite Pokemon. So that's now my favorite evolution. Favorite evolution, Whelms.
Umbreon.
Eli,
Not really. I don't have a favorite, really.
Ryan,
It's Umbreon.
Espeon.
Say,
Tyler, Espeon.
Espeon. Yeah, Espeon's my favorite.
Favorite Pokemon. Mine's Charizard, Whelms.
Milotic.
Eli,
Oh, sorry.
Ryan,
Kingler.
Tyler.
Hey, bros.
Nice. Favorite card. I got mine ready. It'd be this Crystal
shoot.
Lugia.
I gotta turn off my background so you can actually see it.
I love that crystal. That's so cool.
That is
Yeah,
really
it's
pretty.
awesome.
It's a 10 out of 10.
I jelly.
Oh, I wish it was a 10.
So mine's gonna be my.
Nice.
Pikachu.
Those are so cool.
Mine's
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love those combined cards.
So nice.
So cool.
so
They're cool. They are really cool.
Very cool.
I have the CD promo Charizard.
Ooh, yes,
Ooh.
dude. I remember when those were so cheap, and the guy was selling them in a bulk lot. He was selling that one and a couple other Japanese and Chinese Chinese Charizards, and I should have grabbed it. And I'm like, it's probably not gonna go up anytime soon. But then it's rapidly just went. Woof, I'm like, God dang it.
I think they're still pretty underrated.
Yeah,
for
they're still
Charizard
underpriced.
cards.
Probably.
Yeah.
In the starters.
I think there's just a lot of them, right? That was the.
Tyler, did you show your favorite card?
Oh yeah, and I like to think mine's a little out
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but I love the Fates Collide Alakazam, because you see Umbreon, but you also got Lugia in the background, so it's kind of the slept-on Lugia card too. Love this card. I've got.
Is
like
that your
3 of these.
favorite graded card too?
Probably not. Honestly, I want a 10 of it. Then it might be.
Oh, okay. What's your? Well, I guess we can just do that right now. Your favorite graded card was a question.
My favorite graded card, just because the other ones are over there, and this is the only one I have on me. It's gonna be this Ninetales PSA 10 first edition from it's from the 2nd anniversary, Japanese. So I really love this card. I
Oh,
was
nice.
actually gonna sell it, and I was like, as soon as when I got it, I was just like, nah, it's staying with me.
My favorite graded card, it's not Pokemon. I only have 2 graded cards, which would, when it comes to Pokemon, is the Venonet 10 and then the first edition Shadowless Coffin
Coffin.
10. But so I guess when it comes to Pokemon, Coffin would be my favorite graded card. But when it comes to Pokemon, but then I have this like Luca PSA 10 rookie card, which would be my favorite graded card I have. If anyone knows about sports cards.
Awesome.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I have my first edition fossil Krabby, and then I have my Tops Kingler, both 10s. Great Pokemon. They're fun.
Yeah. True Kingler fan here.
So my 2 would be, I just love the Rainbow Charizard just because it was kind of like, it was just a pulled card that
Oh
I
my
got graded immediately. So it was just kind of that, it's just special because of being the first like kind of rush graded. I have a ton of cards getting graded, but
That was
just
for like Express.
yeah, expressing it, getting
Yeah.
it back, having like the nervousness of doing the whole process. So,
Awesome.
but my first one I ever purchased, I'm a
Very
really
nice.
big fan of the shiny.
Man, this guy has some good cards. Shoot.
You purchased it graded, or did you
I-
grade it?
I purchased this card. I did not. I'm grading
It's-
two. I'm grading 2 of them, but
Good luck.
currently, but I really like this card.
I know. I got 10 at CGC right now.
Oh, those you sent those after all?
Yeah.
Those are the ones you sent. Nice.
Yeah. Some of them. Yeah.
So I think it was a little unfair for you to ask if your favorite graded card because I don't have any of mine with me. They're all gone or sold.
Uh-huh.
So these are going to be sent to get graded, and it's all the shinies. These are like all-time favorite cards.
Hidden
It's like-
Fates?
yeah, Lugia, Shining Legends, and Rayquaza and stuff.
Oh,
so
I
these
got
are
the Lugia.
these are the ones, and then my shiny ho-hos. I have so many of them. So
Those
those are my
Greninjas.
favorite cards.
Oh, there you go, Tyler.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
got my
wanted to
stats.
grade those cards, Tyler.
They're pretty cool, and I didn't
I
realize that
really like them.
they all line up for a picture. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
actually didn't know that.
I really like them.
Yeah, they're fun.
I love the Charizard from, was it X and Y? I think it was. It's good.
All right. Most expensive card. What's the most expensive card you currently have in your possession? Not at PSA, Eli.
I don't
Or
know.
CGC.
Blastoise PSA 5,
Talk to you about.
about 250. I bought it for 160.
Nice.
This is going. For
Is it a Shadow?
No, it's unlimited set.
Oh, nice.
And then Whelmed, you had the Rainbow VMAX Chunky Chew.
Chonkachu.
Chonkachu.
Yeah, I think technically it's this one right now because
I would think so. Look at that.
I don't know. I mean,
beast.
Oh, what'd you get nicked on?
the back centering. It's a little thin on the back
Ooh.
right here, but that's it. The front's perfect. It's
Dang.
close.
Bro, a 10 is a 10, man.
But the nice thing,
No.
the only
The
reason
difference.
I would say these would hold up is about 80% of PSA graded Champions Path Zards are like all 10s. It's super easy to get a 10 PSA. Beckett, I think only about 40% of them, maybe like 42%, have a 10 or a black label. So it is a bit, this does mean it's like a little bit nicer. So that's kind of cool
Nice.
just for how the populations turned out.
Yeah, I have my Beckett
Whoa.
starter set. So
Lined up.
5.5 Charizard, 8 Blastoise,
So
and
cool.
4.5 Venusaur.
You were ready for this, show and tell.
Yeah, I love these ones. I actually just purchased them a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they're
I
sick.
wonder who asked this question, Resin.
I didn't.
My most expensive Pokemon card would be the Mario Pikachu.
Oh,
Card.
yes.
Yeah, I love that card.
Raw, I saw it just sold for $700 as is
Yeah.
with this.
Up so
Crazy.
Yeah,
Like
they're
that.
they're super rare.
PSA 10, man. Oh my God. Thousands. of
Thousands.
dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can be.
I'm
for
scared. I'm
sure.
scared to grade them though, because there's no 10's not guaranteed. So if it's a 9, like the value just skyrockets down. Like it's not.
Yeah, but it'll keep going up in
Sure.
in pricing.
Might as
Yeah,
well
it
just
only
keep
gets
you're
raw.
probably
better.
never gonna sell it.
Well,
Yeah.
times are getting tough here.
Well, welcome to Eli's pawn shop. No,
Yeah.
That's funny. Best places and
Wow.
sites to buy cards, guys.
me personally, I use eBay, TCG Player. I stopped using like Facebook and OfferUp to meet people. It's a waste of time for me to meet people when they're just like not what they look like. And the other thing too, like TCG player, like let's say you get the cards, and I've done this multiple times, they're not what they look like. Like for example, oh look right here, they actually sent me my Bulbasaur base set, and they taped it wrong, and the tape got on the card, and so when you pull it, it tore the card.
Oh,
I was so upset.
Oh.
that sucks.
Yeah, I cried a little bit. Anyways, but you can message them back.
Damn.
And TCG players, like I kid you, I've probably done like 4 or 5 times, and every time I got my money back, and I got to keep the card. And that was like
Wow.
I ordered 16 common Alakazams, and I got to keep all 16 cards for free. So they're really good at protecting the buyer from what I see, instead of like eBay was more the other way. No, buyer.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, TCG is good. I look there. I do eBay. You got to be real careful. Everybody's marking their cards as mint these days, and they are not.
And they,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you got to have a real good eye if you're trying to take a card that's raw to grade essentially. And I do the Facebook groups. I like it. I think it's been good for me so far. I used to do a lot of soccer cards in those groups, and so I've done really really well with soccer cards on Facebook, and then just started transitioning into buying Pokemon cards from people in the Facebook groups. I usually am always asking like for multiple pictures and angles of the cards, different stuff like that. I always also go through PayPal goods and services. I pay the extra transaction fee so that if, like Eli just said, like if someone, because so many people package things wrong, and it's really frustrating because
Yep.
you can find like the best deal, and then you get screwed because this card gets jacked up. But PayPal Good and Services has always done me right, and been able to get my cards back and money back through Facebook.
Yeah, I would do the fastest little quick point is the multiple photos is super important because I've had people, this is like a fine card.
The angles.
But if you send an angle and there's whitening, you can hide it really easily if it's not super damaged. So you just I love, like, my favorite thing now is if you have any card shops, just because you get to go look at them and actually can like hold them and see what they look like. So that's my favorite way to do it. But
Yeah, well, let's lean into that, because that was another question. How can you tell if a raw card's gonna grade PSA 10 beforehand, like before you buy it off of a site? And like if they don't have a lot of pictures, you feel free to ask them, hey, can I get more pictures of this card? Can I get better pictures? Can you show me other angles? Like, don't be afraid to
don't be
ask.
afraid.
Yeah,
Ask as much.
PSA has on their site, they can give you like the descriptions on what a 10, what a 9 would be, and it's just going to come with time and experience. As you start doing it more, then you'll start getting an eye for it. Like, I personally do not have an eye for centering. I'm blind as a bat and I cannot tell. But I always price my cards out before I buy them of what I'm going to probably get as a PSA 8 or 9. I'm never doing it as a 10. I'm just, hopefully I get a 10 and I hit Grand Slam, but I'm shooting for 9s and 8s. And then
Be
I also
prepared.
be prepared. And I also forgot, like, a lot of us here and other creators that you follow probably have Discords. Like on my Discord, we sell cards. I know Tectonic. A lot of us, we sell cards, and we have people that we have a established system in our Discord. Like for me personally, like, we have to have a picture and you have to have a price. There's no like or whatever you offer to like get the higher price. No, we have a certain system. So like if you guys trust the Discords are very good if they have a established way of doing things too.
Yep,
Yes.
that's the same. We do buying and selling on my Discord as well. Yeah.
That's cool, man. So yeah, if you're new, look out for whitening. You won't get a 10 if you have a bunch of whitening. If crooked, like crease corners, any scratches on the foil, that will not get you a 10. Bends, warping, off center. So if it's not like the art's not equally centered, that will not get you a 10 if it's really bad, the centering. So stuff like that you gotta look out for.
Yeah, you can if you Google to see, like, say, PSA standards, you can find they have it listed on, this is what the centering needs to be, this is what a blemish will do. Like, it's not concrete, but you can at least get a good idea and then watch other people talk about it, or just who have experience doing it. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
plenty of tutorials on YouTube as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching YouTube videos of people who get back PSA or CGC or Beckett graded cards, and just them like talking through, because usually they'll talk through like, oh yeah, I see the mark here or whatever, right? I just like seeing those. They helped me in the very
That's a
beginning
good,
to
yeah,
kind of have a
smart.
general idea of what a card might grade at. Obviously, it's never guaranteed, but yeah.
All right, let's go next question. Well, okay, so just to go back, best places and sites to buy cards. Just I'm gonna rifle off a bunch of the common ones. So in store or online, Best Buy, GameStop, Target, Walmart, Party City, Five Below has them. Costco has Pokemon cards. Pokemon. What's the Pokemon store?
Poke Center?
Pokemon Center.
No, Pokemon Center.
PokemonCenter.com has
Center,
Pokemon
yeah.
cards. And then there's a site called Game
Wow,
Nerds,
cards
which I
are-
bought cards from.
Oh, Japanese cards. Japan Plaza. That's a great one. So
There you
get
go.
the
Never
Japanese
even heard of that
cards.
one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Any other stores you guys can think of? Or like, Get
There's
'em
a
all.
really crazy one that's actually being worked on. So givingbulbasaur.com. It's nothing crazy, but like it's great.
all right.
Just playing.
Number one source for all things Pokemon. Best things to do with duplicates. It's all your
Yeah.
bulk cards.
Eat them.
Eat them.
Yes.
Send them to
Good
Whelm.
source of fiber.
Yeah,
Oh, well, as of right now, I'm giving them away. I'm doing.
that's a good thing to do.
Like a holiday. I'm giving them. Like
It's a great
every day,
idea.
I'm giving lots of 100 cards away to kids. So I'm doing that
Nice.
every day. But before that,
I sell them.
yeah,
yeah.
sell, yeah. No, I've sold thousands and thousands of bulk cards as well.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Trade them in.
Mhm.
Trade them in for credit. You can do that. There's different places that you can sell your. You're not gonna get the price you would sitting there and pricing them individually or even by bulk, but like you can sell trade them into certain places, and they'll give you pennies on the dollar. But hey, it's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and
What
you
kind
can
of place
get credit.
does that?
What's that? I
For
never
bulk?
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it
So
called?
there's lots. There's like a
Toad
YouTube.
does it.
Darium's Breaks on YouTube does it. He pays immediately as he
Go
gets
does it?
Yeah, Toad does it.
Oh, Toad.
Troll and Toad, or what's it called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of places.
You can
to-
ship them stuff. I think it's like 3 cents per 500. I think I saw something like
Yeah.
that.
There's
For-
there's
for
also
card.
people on like Facebook.
Sorry,
I have a
$3
lady
per
on
photo.
Facebook. I haven't sent them, but she gives pretty good prices. Like the hollows, she'll give you like 20 cents. Like she gives you a lot more than what you normally would get. So you can find people like that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sold 22,000
Golly.
Magic cards on Facebook. Just put up what the price I wanted for them, and people either didn't like it or they liked it, or they gave me a different bid and finally sold it. So
You can just also bulk them, put it on eBay and sell it as bulk. You can make a little bit
What I
more
did.
money, but there's more risks in shipping and handling and all the other crap and people, scamming you. But don't be afraid.
Yeah. So on average, I was selling the lots I was selling were 1,000 card Pokemon lots, and they're just all common, uncommon. And on average, I would get $30 for that.
Hmm.
Manny, can I answer the chat question real quick?
Please, please.
So Dogman's Prime is asking about card warping. And that's just anything with a hollow will eventually anything start to bend a tiny bit. The best thing to do right off the bat is just put in a penny sleeve and put it into a card saver, because the natural just kind of tightness of this will start to naturally flatten it. I mean, you can honestly put it on a book or something as long
And
as
then run
you're
it
not
over.
cut- Is run over with your
Yeah,
card.
I get like 30 books. Yeah, put it in a top loader. That's
Yeah.
penny sleeve. Put it and then get
Put it in
30
a-
books and leave it there for a couple days, and it'll flatten out. Let
So
gravity do
different-
its job.
There's the harder top loaders and the semi rigids. I would say like a card saver, these flatten a little bit more, like they're a little tighter on,
Yep.
so they don't move around. So it'd be the best thing to
Agreed.
fix warping or just straighten the card. Like if you just leave it in there, it'll start to adjust. It's not like permanent. As long as there's no crease or bend to the card, it'll be fine. It's never really a big issue. Anyways, to answer that question.
Oh, good point. Let's see. Next question. All right. What this was an odd odd to me because I never heard this before. But he asks, why do people say penny sleeves are the best type of sleeves? Have you guys ever heard that? Are there other types of
Um,
sleeves?
So like ETB sleeves.
Yeah, there are different
Yeah.
types
Oh,
of
okay.
sleeves.
I
Sure.
those bend. They're like, because those are like penny sleeves slash kind of, to me, penny sleeves slash card savers in one, and people like to use them. I hate using them because they bend easily and then they start forming. So use your penny sleeves. Yeah, there you go. Use your penny sleeves.
Oh,
And then put those penny sleeves into a top loader at least, or into most likely a card saver. Card saver ones. Don't use the twos, guys. The twos are really small, and if you're sending them for grading, it's very hard for them to take them out. So you might cause damage. So use the card saver ones.
And
Okay.
don't be me and buy fours, which are meant for postcards, and they're way too big.
You send them in, they're probably like, "What the hell?"
Honestly, it's gonna be really easy for them to take it out. Like,
Yeah.
it's more about shipping I'd be worried about, but I had them super nicely packed. But it was funny. Don't do that.
They're great for booster packs, though.
Yes. Yeah.
The
Nice.
big
Wow.
ones.
Flex.
I know, right?
Oh, just throwing that out there.
Let's see. Do you think trading modern for vintage will pay off, or is there a potential for new cards to gain value?
There's
Like,
always potential
so-
for new cards to gain value.
Mhm.
So yes, but it's more complex than that. It's what is your in game? What are you trying to do? Modern cards are not as stable, just because they haven't been around as long, and so we don't know really what their trajectory is really going to be as far as a price. Vintage cards, we pretty much like have understand the trajectory of the pricing, and it's a lot safer technically, like to put your money into vintage. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't. For me personally, I put a lot of money in modern. I do. I actually am able to do both. Um, so it's really a complex thing, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't buy modern or you should
yeah.
only buy vintage.
I would think of it like stocks. If anybody like, so you have like your stocks where you have these big conglomerates like Apple, and those are your vintage. They've been here for years. They show that they're trustworthy. We see their profits, and then you get your new companies that are coming out, for like, for example, this company called Neo. They're brand new, but they're doing amazing, and so it's very risky to get in because you don't know if that company's gonna be here for a long time. So for example, like a lot of the modern cards, I like, you see the modern cards that I have was like the shiny legends, things like that. That's a big gamble for me. I do feel like they're gonna go up in price, but it's not a guarantee until we see the pattern established over the years. So I would say with modern, use them for flipping and gaining capital, but at the same time, keep your nines and tens of the ones that are going to be really hard to get. Like, for example, me, I keep a lot of my shiny ho-hos because they're promos. They're very hard to get a 10. If I get a 10 right now, they're $300, but I totally see that doubling in price over the years. So do your numbers when it comes to like some cards, like see which ones are already going for great money, and then do see the ones that you feel like, hey, will this grow in value? And that just takes time and an experience, and all these guys have that, so you can always talk to them about how they do cards too, because everybody does it different.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
I would say I'm someone who just I like modern. I mean, I love vintage and appreciate it, but I have so much fun with modern, opening packs and then grading modern. I just love just kind of being in the new on everything that's coming out. And it's definitely, if you're going investment, it's just as everything that they just said. But I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at modern in that way. It's just being very careful and not being like just knowing the risk you're taking if you're trying to buy expensive modern.
Yeah, and it's also cheaper too. So it's like I said, it's like buying the company before they go global. Like, you want to get in cheap. So you could, like, some of these cards, I bought them, like the shiny legend, I bought them when they weren't a big thing, and I bought them for $4 to $5 each. And now raw they sell for $30 to $60, and I've only paid a little bit. Now if I grade them, it's even more than that. So it can get crazy. So invest in modern, but invest into some that you feel like are going to grow in price later on.
Yeah, there's a good question in the comments. If you want to answer
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Why is PSA pop an important factor to a graded card? This is a great question. This is when you start really looking at your numbers and thinking about where do you spend your money and your time. So PSA population is it's the numbers of how many cards are graded in a certain grade. So PSA, how many Charizard Shadowless, right, first editions are graded as a 10, right? How many are graded as a 9? How many are graded as an 8? So what this can do is it can help you know, is your 10 that you currently have rare or not that rare, right? Are there thousands of them? It's not that rare. If there's 100 of them, that's pretty rare, right? So it just helps you understand the rarity, and then that plays into supply and demand. And so if, say, like a card that's Charizard that has a high supply or high demand usually, and so if you can find a card that has a low supply, that means the price is going to be high potentially, that people are going to pay for it.
Yeah, another thing just to look into if you're trying to be a smart investor.
Yep. You can also generally get an idea. I think Tectonic and Bulba both mentioned this. Some cards are going to be hard to grade a 10 in, and you can get an idea of that. That if that card is easy or hard to get a 10 graded in, by the population, because you can say like, oh, 300 cards have been graded. Only 20% are getting 10s, everything else is getting a 9, right? Well, okay, that's pretty hard. Or Tectonic said the new Rainbow Charizard, it's actually grading quite well as a 10, and so you know that your supply is actually high, so there's potential for that card to not maybe be worth as much, right? Because the supply, it's easier to get that 10 and there's more of them.
Yeah, the PSA 10 of this, I believe, has maybe already outpaced the Hidden Fates shiny Charizard. There's like 8. There's so many of them. So it's these modern cards with print. Everyone starts grading cards. They have good quality. It's something to consider. And that's why the price has gone down a lot from the original hype, for say the Champion's Path Charizards. But the most glaring modern example of this, which a lot of people know about, this is just the Evolutions Charizard Hollow. Incredibly popular card. Last time I checked, there's 6,000 of these graded. I bet you there's another 3 to 5 at PSA right now waiting to be graded. I have 5 of them there that have been there since August, not even since the craze of Evolutions spiking in price. But there's only like 170 10s when there's like 3,800 9s and 1,700 8s, which is why the 10 is so expensive, because the quality of the print run was so poor that there's barely any 10s. It's so hard to get one. So that's a really good modern example of why a 10 for that card is worth thousands of dollars, and then a 9's worth 200, 300, because there's so many of them. So, and then with vintage, you can go down the rabbit hole of, there are Neo sets that have 3 10s or 10 10s, and it's a low print run set. It's from 17 years ago. So you can really get population, especially in vintage. It matters always, but vintage, it can go.
Was Neo hard to grade?
Like the Lugia, the Neo Genesis Lugia, all those Neo Genesis was horribly printed. Print lines on all the cards, poorly centered. So that's why the Lugia 10 is worth so much. The Typhlosion alternative art, the base set, there's like 4 of them that are 10s. If anyone watches Rhyme Style on YouTube, he has one of the 4, and he graded it himself. Like, it's just one of those freak crazy things that it's just. And now the price point is getting so expensive, so you're like, when are they going to? Not many of them are going to get graded essentially and do that well
anymore. Yeah, especially because the packs are so rare now, even to find and open.
That's why you don't want to sell your vintage. Don't sell your vintage, guys.
Hey guys,
if you can, hold on.
Yeah, Manny.
How can you tell if a card is fake? Let me get.
Rip it in half.
Tastes
Rip it in
different.
half.
Before doing that, common ways is, so take a card you know is definitely real, like you open it up from a pack yourself, and then look at the card that you think is fake. Do you see the difference? If the back looks different, that means it's fake. Every Pokemon card should look the same.
Where do you even get a fake card? Like
when you buy
China.
off eBay or Mercari, you can buy if you buy a lot, there'll be fake cards in the lot sometimes.
Okay.
Or you can go to a local flea market, and they sell you Pokemon cards, and some people don't know they're fake and they just buy them. And in the front, if the text is blurry at all, pixelated, if anything's blurry or pixelated, it's fake. Pokemon cards, the text is very crisp. There's no blurriness, there's no fading to it. Those are a few ways you can tell if a card is fake.
Good
You'll
to
see
know.
you'll see with modern cards too, when you shine anything under, like, this is a real card, but if you shine it under a light, you'll see this glossiness. It'll look very, because it's not the really expensive machines that print them. They have basically like a foil over it that's super cheap, and it looks very glossy. Fake. I say fake, but maybe the best way to describe it is it's glossier, it's
You can see through it,
brighter.
can't you?
It's you can usually see through it.
Oh.
If you ever buy a lot of cards and are concerned, though,
He's right.
don't rip your
I see
nice cards. But this is just an energy. But you will be able to see that there is a black ink that's like the professional card stock that it's printed on, and you'll see the
Yeah.
black ink in there. So don't
That
rip your nice
portrait.
cards to test it. But if you buy a lot of things and you're concerned, that's one way to check into it.
Yeah. Only if it's super expensive cards, then you want to rip those because it doesn't matter. I'll do that, guys.
Also, there's
Dude,
a texture.
record it.
There's a texture to it. Like fake cards, a lot of times will have a very glossy, kind of smooth feeling. Feels weird. Just compared to a real card, it's a completely different feel. This is a lot more smoother and glossy, so you can tell that's
Okay.
fake.
Good
All
to
right.
know.
Yeah, you're
Probably have
welcome.
Thank
noticed
you.
that when you the cards, right, Whelms?
What?
You probably have noticed that difference between the glossy and the non-glossy, fake
Yeah.
to not fake.
Well, I don't really have a
when
lot
you've
of
eaten them, right?
exactly,
Um,
but I only eat real cards.
Yeah, you have to
So-
try
You're
a fake one
purist.
sometime and
You're
see.
purist.
It's really a big difference.
That's a big difference. Okay.
somebody
Hit
in
me
the
up.
somebody in the chat says at the swap meets they'll tell you if they're fake if you ask. That's never the case. Sometimes like there's shady people out there. Don't trust
Yeah.
people. Like you have to do your due diligence. If it doesn't look right, walk away. Trust me. I was at a card shop and this guy, I was buying some cards from him, and the shop owner that deals with cards every day brought a first edition shadow list to me and goes, "Hey, is this real?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, bro, it's not." And he was so upset because he bought it in a collection. And I was like, "No, it's not real, dude. Like you can just tell by the color, you can tell by how it looks. So just be very careful. Don't trust everybody. Don't trust Manny."
Well, yeah, definitely not. Next question. When did you get your spark that you liked Pokemon? For me, it's organic. You don't predict it's happening. You don't know what's happening. It just happens. But as a kid, you just start watching the show. When when a show comes on a certain day at a certain time, and you're prepared,
Mhm.
and sitting your butt in front of the TV, you're hooked. So yeah, when I was
Yeah.
8 years old as a kid, that's when I started liking Pokemon.
That's an interesting question for some kids these days, though, because I feel like because of the internet streaming launching whole seasons, like, do you still have that? Like, I think a lot of us can relate to like Saturday morning 8 a.m. or 11 p.m. Saturday night for anime and
Waiting.
stuff. Yeah, like just you're waiting for that time in episodes. So it'd be
Yeah.
interesting if there are certain things that people still feel that for, because we don't have as much of those releases. So
Well, I
Well,
know
now
if a kid sits there and binge watches the whole season, I know they're into it.
oh
For
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
but not only that, like I don't know about you guys, I was in the '90s. We couldn't just wake up one morning and do this and watch on our phones and watch the thing. I had to get my butt out of the bed and go sit in front of my TV to watch anything, and if my TV wasn't coming to me, so that there's more work back then. That's why I remember it more. You know?
Times are so tough, guys. You don't even know,
Times are
kids.
tough.
You don't even know. We had to talk to our family and look at them and stuff. It
I
was the
know,
worst.
like we couldn't just hide in our
Unimaginable.
rooms and watch our shows. Like especially if I have like one TV for the whole house, so I had to figure that out.
Yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, I got the spark when I just enjoyed the idea of going on an adventure and with your friends and having this creature that is your companion, and the idea of like catching and training. Is this something I was interested in? I was like, that's cool. Like that's a really interesting idea, and I'm really into this. I had my two best friends are Japanese, and so they actually introduced me to Pokemon way before like the TV show, anything came to America essentially. And they gave me and my brother like a bunch of Japanese cards, and so I was also into it because they were into it and like taught me about it, and showed me all that stuff, and so it was just a fun group thing to do with my two best friends and my brother, and then other people at school and stuff too.
Similar experience with me as it was a group experience with my siblings. Like they were playing it and then I'd watch them play it, and it was never like I was never like, what is Pokemon? It's like, this is Pokemon.
Mhm.
I am Pokemon.
I
Yes,
am
I am.
Pokemon.
Pokemon is me.
How is Pokemon?
I think it's their powers that I like most of all. Like seeing them breathe fire and do cool stuff. Like I grew up watching like Dragon Ball Z and stuff and like powers and stuff like that. That's like my biggest things. Like even now, like y'all are getting me into more animes and I'm just like, oh, what is his power? How cool is it? Oh man, he runs so fast. And like for Pokemon, like the trainers don't do that for the most part. It's the Pokemon. And I thought it was really cool that everyone has a different set of power skills. And I just like I thought that's the thing that caught my eye.
Yep.
You're gonna like Hunter x Hunter as it goes.
Oh
on.
man, I'm
So
already on.
good.
He
What am I on,
started.
like, episode like 10 already.
Watch
You have
Party.
no- it's like the most
Watch-
Yeah.
developed system ever. You're gonna enjoy it.
So good.
I didn't understand it at first. I was like, huh? It kind of took me some
I'm still trying to
episodes.
figure out some of the characters. I can't even say his name. It's the little
Kurapika?
kid, that his nails turn.
Killa?
That
Oh,
one, yeah,
Killua.
yeah.
Killua.
That guy's awesome. He's creepy as hell, but he's awesome.
I love
He becomes a very important character.
Oh, I know that. Like I've seen him in,
Uh-oh.
like little clips, but I've never watched like everything. So
Nah,
It's
it's
pretty cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh
No,
no,
don't do that.
no! Stop
it's an older
it.
anime. Like like it's come out already.
Goku dies.
Oh my god!
What?
How did I miss
Wait.
that?
Wait. In all seriousness.
Like 10 times.
Stop.
Okay.
Like 10 times. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
quickly. Someone
Yeah,
wanted to know how to clean
popularity.
cards. I have a video on that actually on my YouTube. It's like a 20-minute video extensively showing you how I clean my Pokemon cards
You clean
safely.
one card?
In 20 minutes?
No. You guys are the worst. If
Guys,
you want
just
to know how to
press,
clean your
times
cards, I have
2.
a video and it's helped out
You're
other
doing your
Pokemon
best.
content creators too. That they've seen it.
I'll
They
probably
like
look at it
it.
because I haven't. I don't clean my cards, so that'd be cool to see for myself because I don't ever clean them.
Dude, I have so many old cards like messed up and like they had black specks and whatever, and you can get them off.
It's 20 minutes of Manny licking cards.
Oh, that'd be great. Do that tomorrow on TikTok, guys. If you ever want to know how to clean your cards, all you got to do is.
Don't listen to anything we say.
This one's not real.
Yeah.
I'm still going to clean it though.
Need Joshua.
No, that's awesome to have that video. It's a
Yeah, it's very helpful.
good thing.
I think I seen who was it? Bugcatcher? One of them was cleaning cards too.
Pokédex.
Pokédex.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
yeah,
shouted
Dex-
me out. He shouted me
Oh,
out
did he?
on that video. Yeah, he said, yeah,
Ah.
Manny showed me.
I was like, oh, okay. So he
Uh-oh.
got it from you. He needs to be tagging you with credit, bro.
He
Yes.
tagged me.
No, all the videos, every single one of them.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, definitely go lick your cards. Dogmas Prime.
This was an interesting question. It said, "What did you do before Pokemon collecting?" And I'm just gonna take that as not as a kid, but currently when I got back into the card hobby, like August is when I like started going hard again on Pokemon cards. So before that, I was doing doing a lot of
Just going
okay.
hard on stuff.
Yeah, I know. Guys, you are so mature. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so before I got
You were
back
going
into
hard on something.
yeah, collecting. I was doing art. I was selling artwork. I would go to conventions as an artist, get my own booth at comic conventions, anime conventions, and sell art. I was doing art videos, posting art, had my own art TikTok before I made a card TikTok. It was all art. Now I'm happy to be here in the Pokemon community doing all Pokemon and still doing art. I apply that hobby to this hobby and combine them. Guys, you are killing me right now. Can we just focus, please?
Williams is being immature. Sorry.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
What were you guys doing before you got into recently got back into the card hobby? Or how long have you been into it?
Like I think the same as you. Like it was for me it was the COVID thing that happened and sitting inside your house, and like I said, I'm a realtor, so
Super
I
hobby.
I don't go anywhere, so I'm just like going out of my mind here. So I started doing like flipping like things to sell, like Funko Pops and stuff, and then next thing you know, like I started seeing Pokemon cards, and then seeing how much money you can make doing Pokemon cards. So kind of just transferred over, and now originally it was just selling Pokemon cards for profit, and now all you guys got me into like keeping cards, and now I'm collecting cards again, which I'm having fun with. So yeah, before it was like just chilling, really.
Anyone
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, I got started in June, July ish, but I would say that I think for a lot of people, as they watch content creators, a lot of people have watched PokeRev over the last year on YouTube. People watching Leonhardt. I think I've watched Leonhardt for like 2 or 3 years. So I've always been like immersed in it. I just didn't really ever it was just something I was fascinated in. I've always been a Pokemon fan, but I was just fascinated in the cards and the collection and vintage and modern. So then I just finally during COVID just kind of pulled, I was like, I need a hobby and another hobby. I was like,
Yeah.
kind of pulled
So
trigger.
was COVID the best thing that ever
I
happened to us,
don't
guys?
see that. I was gonna say it. I'm like, that's not the best.
Not on record. Not on record.
Not on record.
There. Oh, what's that? Look at Manny's sub count go down.
Yeah.
I think it just allowed people to be like, oh, what else? We're stuck here. We got to do something else, type of thing.
Yeah, I've been making Pokemon specific content for like over 4 years almost now. It's Pokemon Go specifically, a lot of it. And so then I started just looking for like other, you know, what other kind of Pokemon content can I make besides Pokemon Go? And so, yeah, I started buying packs and just opening packs because it was fun and talking about it. And that's right around before Hidden Fates first hit last year. So I was just opening packs and just having some fun. And then I was able to get Hidden Fates like when it first came to the stores and stuff, which was cool. But then I didn't start like getting into like the serious like investment side of it until this year. Yeah, but like before summer essentially. So like Mayish, started like getting into it, um, buying some stuff and whatnot. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great. So many good people, even if it's just casual. It's so much fun.
Did you want to say anything, Mom, about that?
About cards?
I don't even remember what the question was. Oh, what did you do
One
before you
job.
got into Pokemon collecting? What were you doing before
Um,
you got, I guess?
Well, I've had like
I-
a pretty rough collection, not really like an ongoing or a halting one. So it's kind of a rough casual collection. I'm a casual collector.
She goes
So
into the
I
She-
barns.
she- I'm
I
gonna.
take the question as this, like, so before you were putting all your focus and attention on Pokemon content all the
Okay.
time, what
Okay.
was your life like
What
before?
was my life
Pokemon
like? It
TikTok?
was really sad. No.
I can relate. Yeah.
I basically just watched a ton of like Marvel and like DC animated movies and TV
Yeah.
shows all the
They're
time.
good.
Like
They're good.
all the time, and I would craft. That's what I would do. I'd be lonely and I would watch
Oh.
that craft, and then I would scroll through TikTok. And then I was like, wait, I should make some TikToks.
Heck yeah.
And now it's fun.
Yeah.
So
Well,
much fun.
Whelmed also has like this. She's like, oh, I don't have much, and then she's got this base set, and then she's got like all of XY sets from like the 2013, 14, 15, and you low key have like a lot more than a lot of like a really good collection.
Yeah.
So
She
it's
just
so
shows that
many-
background.
It's gotta flip it. Yeah, it's gotta flip it. It's there. Dude,
Also
for talking
s-
cards.
also
like,
for you guys.
So many magic cards.
So many magic cards.
no magic. for me.
So many. Like so many.
Somebody asked, is there a gatekeeping? Is there any gatekeeping in the Pokemon community? What
Not
do you
that
mean by
I've seen.
Like
Ugh.
keeping people out, or
Well, I think by gatekeeping,
Oh,
like
yeah, what does that mean?
post by gatekeeping, they're saying if you don't know your stuff, you're not welcomed in the community. Or if
I don't
people
think so.
Absolutely not.
if people posted, hey, look at my cards, and be like, oh, you don't even know Pokemon. Like,
I think
people
it depends on the individual, but for the most part,
Exactly.
like
No one likes people like that. If we ever
Yeah.
see someone like that, no one likes that.
I would say
Yeah.
like a lot of community will back you up for the most part. Like my whole content is helping you know about stuff, and that's only because I'm learning it as I go. Like I don't know everything, so a lot of these guys and other people have showed me a lot of stuff, and they accepted me as one of their own.
I think every fandom that has a deep knowledge or deep information pool is going to have it. But I think
Exactly.
this is one of the best ones. And that's just from my experience
Yeah.
so far. Like you'll see, but it branches out real quick into anime and let's just say Star Wars and other things, Lord of the Rings, whatever you want. When you get those big, deep knowledge, multiple movies, multiple books, it's gonna happen, and it happens a lot. But I think this is one of the safer places where it's like people want to teach you or want to see what you have or do. It's much better than other communities.
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion. Jumping
Yep.
into it, people can feel a different way about it. but-
No, I
tend to see
agree.
People are more excited for you, right? I
Yeah,
get like people are
exactly.
like really excited, like especially when you open a pack, like they are like I can't say authentic, I can't really say that word, but they like genuinely. There you go. This is a word I can say. Like happy for you, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I agree 100%. Like any kind of community you go into, I'm almost sure there's at least one person who wants to like keep the knowledge and gatekeep things. But I think if you're authentic in yourself and you're real, the majority of the people, they don't care. It doesn't matter. I was talking about this today. There is plenty of people on this earth that are into Pokemon and the things we're doing for any number of us to have followers and communities. There's no reason to gatekeep. To me, gatekeeping is just fear, fear that someone's going to steal something from me, or that like they're going to get some opportunity that they shouldn't deserve, and I deserve it more than them, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
In my mindset, I think that kind of thinking is ridiculous, and so I don't hang out and chill with those kind of people.
That's why GPA is not here.
Wow.
Whoa.
Woof.
That's a joke for everyone.
Yeah.
He's one of
Yeah,
the
you
best.
need to know
he's the
that-
best of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have all become pretty good friends over the last month or so. It's
Yeah,
like
man.
only been
Thank you,
like a
Manny.
month. And so we joke a lot with each other. And
Yeah, just
We
they
won
call
on
it-
here.
They call it razzing you. We razz each other
Yeah.
quite well.
Yeah, we just joined another group. I would just say for something that's coming up, and I feel like people were just like they're just like, wait, are they serious? It's like, no, we're just roasting each other.
Yeah. If you don't know,
Well,
it
now you
might
know.
look
I
real
know. I'm
weird.
gonna say it too. I can just
Just to go back to the question though, this is a hobby where the experts are also students. Like you're constantly learning new things in this hobby.
we
So
don't
if you're
know
new to it, don't worry.
I'm
The
not
people who know their stuff are also seeking knowledge. So like you're
Or they
just
should be.
you're
Yeah.
You
just
should
joining
be,
the party.
yeah.
Like you're not gonna be judged or anything. Like we
Yeah.
do live streams all the time. We get common questions all the time. Like we answer everything. Like there's no dumb questions. Like what's a shadowless card? What's a first edition? Like stuff that may be obvious to us. I'll just pull out a card. Well, this is the stamp. That's what shadowless is. And yeah.
You did that today in your life.
Yeah.
I did do that today.
I was there because I support you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
His number
Yeah,
one
I think
fan.
you should always be cautious of anyone who says they know everything
No
about
chance.
anything, not just Pokemon stuff. Anything in life. If someone thinks they know everything, be cautious of them is what I would say.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what's
we're
going on
always
here?
there's always that thing you've not seen before or not learned or something that just never came across. It's just great to keep consuming fun content that teaches you stuff.
I think the coolest thing about the Pokemon fandom is that it's so deep. Like you can know tons about the cards and you learn something new about the games that you had no idea. Or you learn something new about a card that you've never seen before because there's so many.
That's where I'm at. It's so exciting.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy too. Because so like my main content is always has been for the last 4 years is Pokemon Go, and like I'm crazy deep in that specific game, and then it's been so much fun to start to spread into other things I love about Pokemon. It wasn't difficult. It's not unauthentic, because I love the anime, I love the movies, I love the cards, I love other games, and so yeah, I agree. It's fun.
Yeah,
Give people-
Ryan might know everything about Pokemon Go, so
I
I
do.
might.
I do.
I do.
Don't be scared of
He
that. I know
does.
everything. When I
He might.
said some
He
people
might.
don't know everything, I wasn't talking about myself.
We have had quizzes where people do know more than everybody else. I will say that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god! If you haven't seen our quiz, our like their quizzes, Manny has some, and if you can answer more than us, then you are a Pokemon master. So just let you know.
So sure.
Hey guys,
Yes.
what's your favorite anime?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fairy tale.
7 Deadly Sins.
Ooh,
Wow, modern ones. Holy crap. That's your favorite anime of all time is Seven Deadly Sins.
I'm
It's a
getting
good
into.
one.
I'm getting
Are
into
you-
new.
are you
I'm
Wow,
getting-
how
are you
about we
ga-
don't
are you
like
ga-
judge
are you-
people's
are you
that's
opinions?
fine.
No.
How about we just
Hey,
let
keeping it
people
like-
say
It
what
just
they want
means
to
the
say?
quality has
It's
gone
just
up.
curiosity, Ryan. Is all. I'm just curious.
It sounded
Really?
like, hey,
That's
what's
the
your
one you're
favorite
gonna
anime?
choose?
Yeah.
Out of all of them in the whole world,
Not
that's
the
the
one
one you're
that
gonna
I'm
choose.
gonna pick.
You're
Top
misinterpreting.
five.
You're
Are you
misinterpreting,
sure?
Ryan.
So-
Ryan, you're
Top
taking it the
five.
I
wrong way.
would say like
Once
course,
you got one more second, and you're sure that's a
You
final
got it.
answer.
Or you're taking it.
it is
completely wrong.
Naruto, but like if I really think down deep about it, like I really like 7 Deadly Sins when I watched
Are you
it.
sure?
Good.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to pick that one?
Is that your final answer?
I'm wearing a Naruto shirt too. Like it's so hard, but like, all right, it's Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
fine.
Like
No,
Don't
it's-
give in to peer
I
pressure.
really like
No,
7 Deadly
yeah.
Sins. It was
Kidding,
so
Ryan.
funny. It was so funny, but it's not as
So
long.
good.
That's the only thing. I'm.
Season 4 is coming out soon.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, Naruto is mine. I fell in love with it, and I watched all the American stuff, and then at the time it wasn't finished, and so I read the manga, um, and so I read scans of that show, that anime for, I think it was like 17 years or something ridiculous. And like when that was over, it was like so emotional because I
Yeah.
was like, I've never like done
Man.
something that long.
I
and,
cried on
like,
the first episode.
consistently. But yeah, I love it. It was so fun. So much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, there's not many things you can say like you consumed, read, watched, whatever it is for that long. That's what's so crazy. It's just like think about the chunk of your life, whether you're 12 or you're 30, whichever it is. Like
You
it's
finished it when you were 30 when you started at 12.
I'm
yeah,
12.
basically.
Yeah.
It's-
I think if it makes you cry, it makes it better.
Yeah.
Like Naruto,
Naruto
the
did
first
that.
episode when he was protecting his teacher, I cried and I was like,
spoilers.
"This is what I'm gonna
Wow.
watch. I am gonna watch this show to the very end." And I finished Naruto, the first one, and Shippuden in 3 months.
Yeah, that's
Thank you,
crazy.
COVID.
That's insane.
Thank you, COVID.
700
I
episodes.
can't even imagine that.
725.
Like literally, it took me 17
the
years.
fillers.
I can't even imagine
With
that.
the fillers.
Went back and started rewatching them. I rewatched it 4 times, starting from the fourth grade
4
Ninja War.
times.
From the
Oh,
fourth grade Ninja
from-
War, though.
Yeah.
You know,
just the
and
end.
I rewatched that over and over. I love it.
Oof.
Mike Guy and Rock Lee are those are my dudes.
Oh my god, bro. Oh
Mm.
my god.
All right, Whelms, what you got?
Since we can only pick one, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
do fairy tale.
I haven't seen it. I want to
It's
watch it.
it's
Fairy
good.
Tale's fun.
A lot of people don't like it because of like the characters are protected by like plot.
No
Like
one.
they
Yeah.
have plot armor. But it's really
does.
fun and it's like it's just a good time anime. Like
It's a fun ride.
you want to feel safe.
How many seasons?
I like
It's
it.
a lot. I
Oh,
haven't
there's
watched it.
300
Watch it.
episodes.
What do you mean by
250.
protected? Like they don't die?
No one dies.
No one. Well, a couple
Oh.
people die.
It's like
but,
One
like,
Punch
none of the
Man.
main character. None of the main characters ever.
I haven't watched One Punch either.
Don't watch it.
No,
It's on my
It's
list.
overrated.
But it's fun.
it's
It's
fun.
safe and
It's
fun.
super fun. Yeah.
It's immaculate.
I'm watching
My favorite anime of all time
Dragon Ball Z.
has to be Dragon Ball Z. That is the show that
Dragon Ball Z.
na, 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 na.
I think that was one of
ate,
the first ones I ever
on
watched.
Toonami. You gotta
bro.
watch
That
it
was
on
my
Toonami right
entire
after school.
life was Dragon Balls. I had toys, cards, sleeping bags, stickers. I would
Underwear?
uh not underwear. I had
I do.
I had some shirts. I remember I would just draw Dragon Ball Z in class, elementary
Yeah.
school, middle school, high school, just Dragon Ball Z.
That Majin Vegeta you drew the other day was sick.
No, I got a
you.
suspension in high school because in my English class, I drew Majin Buu like a foot, 12 inches Majin Buu on my desk in pencil.
Oh
And
no.
I didn't erase it before I went to the next class. And they gave me a suspension for damage to the school under $500.
Jeez. Dragon Ball Z ruined your life. No.
It was worth it though. So I was like in ninth grade or something, and they put my desk, the desk I drew, because the principal wasn't there that week. He was on some vacation or something. And they put my desk in the back of the room. So it was literally like an art show, and all the seniors would come up to me and be like, "Hey, did you draw that?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I drew that." Like it was. Like my popularity like skyrocketed
Nice.
for that.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Under $500 of damage I did with pencils.
He walks down the hall with a pencil, just twirling it.
And I'm like, hey,
what
what's
death
up?
is next?
That's me.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
other than DBZ, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho,
Yes.
My Hero Academia, I love.
finished that one too.
Death Note, I love. Hunter x Hunter, one of my all-time favorites.
I think you're putting me on some good stuff. And I have yet to regret
We
anything
are.
I've watched. I have yet to regret anything that I've watched so far. So,
Can't relate.
well, oh, there's some bad. Okay, maybe Manny, if it's okay, what is the worst anime you've watched?
Ooh. That's
Fairy
tough.
Tale.
That's true.
She's gone.
I don't like so I really
Ready to
do
kill.
not like
Manny.
One Punch Man. I do
Really?
not like it.
Really?
I also
Really?
do not like whatever the Giants
Attack
on
on
Titans?
Titan.
Attack on Titans. I do not like
Oh,
Attack on
I'm
Titans.
I'm
I've
finishing
given
that
it a
right now.
try. I've literally almost watched all the episodes and seasons, and it's for me, it's just way too slow and not interesting. And they're really bad at their job. Like they're supposed to be these master people who like fly around with knives and stuff, but they can never kill them hardly. It's
That's.
Madoka
it's
Magic.
my own beef.
That's
with
on my
them.
list. I'm gonna.
I
still try it
agree.
out.
I agree to disagree. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's fine. I know everybody loves it, and I'm gonna get hate.
Really, I hear a lot of people
whatever.
that liked it. That's why I put it on.
It develops well over time, and it's one of those things that age. I think once it's a full done product, it's gonna be one of the best things in a while. That's just my personal opinion. But if you watch like the first 25 episodes and then kind of get more and more, like it does have slow points, and it does. You really need to
Super
be.
slow.
I think very into it to just be engaged with it the whole time. But it's like I know plenty of people who couldn't get into it, or definitely fell points where they fell off or
It's
didn't
hard on
enjoy it.
sometimes.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, personally, I definitely like it, but I've also watched it over such a long period of time. So it's like it kind of sat well over time
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm surprised nobody said One Piece. Like I'm
One
watching One Piece
Piece.
right
Oh,
now.
That's-
think about
and
it.
I haven't
I-
watched.
I'm on
I
season
would
5.
say One Piece is my favorite, but I'm too nostalgic with Fairy Tale because I watched One Piece afterwards. But One
So you're
Piece is
saying
way up there.
One Piece is better than.
I
Fairy
think
Tail.
One Piece is the best anime that has ever been created. I really do.
Bleach. I watched.
Yeah.
I'm on season
Not in
5
the
of
best.
Bleach.
It's good. It's
Yeah, I've
fun.
watched Bleach. I really enjoyed
It's coming
it.
back. It's coming back.
Another
They're
season,
finishing
season
it
16.
finally.
Yeah, I
Um,
really enjoyed it, even though it's very repetitive. The style of writing.
It's slow right now.
Um,
Where I'm at.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, but it's very repetitive, like
probably in the filler.
style, because they essentially do the same thing in a different place or with
Oh,
a different
okay.
power or whatever, which is fine. But I loved it. Yeah.
I'd still. No one said it, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's kind of like
yeah.
it's the Google. I know it's the Google favorite one. Like it's just kind of always in like my anime list or whichever. It's number one, but I think it deserves to be
I
there.
saw the
It's-
trailer. It looked pretty cool.
It's really good.
Eli, that's why I told you it's.
It is very
No,
good.
you should stop what you're watching now and
Well,
watch that one.
Oh,
It's
you
very
just
good.
what?
No,
No,
Hunter x
no,
Hunter
no.
is.
For those of you guys that
you
don't know-
finish Hunter x Hunter.
Wilms is my grandmaster anime teacher. And I
Yes.
literally asked her what to watch, and she says to watch Hunter x Hunter. Now she's changed it on me on
I
this
hadn't
show.
realized
What
that
kind
you
of
hadn't.
teacher is this?
You hadn't. I didn't realize that you hadn't
You
seen
need
Full Metal
Eli.
Alchemist
I'm your
Brotherhood.
guy. I'm your guide.
No, I am his guide,
I'm his
Tyler.
guy.
No,
When I,
Okay,
like 20
mom and
years,
dad. Like,
20 years from now. Yeah, thanks, mom. Thanks, dad. 20 years from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, Whelms, thank you for my anime experience.
you're
Eli,
welcome.
have
They're
you
both, but
watched
they're
Fairy
both
Tail?
worthy. I don't even disagree.
They are worthy.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
you should
I
stop.
I haven't watched a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
Stop. No, I don't like stopping. I like. That's why
Eli,
when I
Eli,
ask, I like to.
Eli,
I like
you
to
gave
finish.
you gave a preferences, and literally that Brotherhood is the answer to your exact thing that you said.
Oh,
you
I think we
wanted to
talked about
see.
that, right?
Yeah, I know. Literally, you will cry. You will like be like, "This is awesome." You'll laugh every single part of it, and a great ending. The ending is
Well,
phenomenal.
I gotta
I'm
check
getting.
it out. I
I'm
don't
getting
know.
back to work, so
Have you not
I'm
watched
be able
it?
to watch everything.
Manny,
Well, I binge watched Full Metal Alchemist,
the
and then-
original.
the original, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna. I hear Brotherhood's this. I'm not gonna rewatch the freaking same story after
You're
I
not.
just
You're not.
completed
You're not.
Full Metal.
You're not. You're not. The first 13 episodes of Brotherhood will be somewhat similar, but still different enough. And some people complain that that's a bit slower. I don't think it is, but you'll
he
cry.
also loves, Titans. So you know about pace. I don't know.
He's kind of
Yeah.
discrediting himself right now.
Maybe we should.
No, I
Manny,
mean, well,
Manny,
I
maybe
try-
we
it is
should
good.
give an
listen
open
to Ryan,
perspective.
ask him what he wants to see.
You're gonna
It's
cry
good,
your
it's
eyes
worth
out on
it.
episode 4. But
No, it's good. It's worth it
Oh,
for sure.
never mind. I'll ask out later about what I should watch. Things again.
Let's
Anyways,
tackle a couple more questions and then we'll
There's
wrap
some in the
this one
chat,
up
too.
for tonight. Yeah, well, let me we'll get to those. Let me see. I think there was. Well, I'll ask one more off the sheet here. What TCG other than Pokemon do you think is gonna rise like Pokemon
I
has?
saw that.
Now, I know there's been like expensive cards I've been hearing, and I know Titanic can speak to this, like in DBZ, and then I hear Digimon's also is recently is going up like with the new cards. So I have not looked into those, but I just hear things. I really don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not looking at Yu-Gi-Oh, then I don't know what you're doing. Because that's the next biggest. I think that's the next biggest thing after Pokemon was Yu-Gi-Oh, especially if you look at culturally. That was also it's going to have a delayed effect.
I
think,
just sold
yeah,
all my back in August. I sold all my vintage Yu-Gi-Oh to get rid of
Yeah.
them, and now I'm hearing this.
we all make mistakes. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh I think is a huge one for me. Is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at vintage Digimon. Not necessarily the new stuff right now, but I'm looking at vintage Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Those are two big ones for me.
That's actually what I'm doing too. Like I'm not getting into Yu-Gi-Oh to resell for the most part. I'm actually looking to collect all the original the cards from that set because I was deep into Yu-Gi-Oh. Love it. I even watch it now. Like I'll go back and watch it on Netflix. And so I'm actually looking. I've actually been buying, and I won't even buy the super expensive ones. You can find like Dark Magician because there's different styles of their sets. You can find them for like $3, and you can grade them, and they're still worth like $100. So I have value, but I still have that card that I love because the art's the same. So that's just me personally. And I know Digimon too that we were talking about it. So he got me into like looking at some Digimon cards. So that's probably something I'm gonna look into too. But there's other trading cards. Sports cards is still, I would say, considered trading cards, I think, right?
Mhm.
So sports cards is
Oh,
always a great thing. It's just the only thing about sports cards that I don't like is just like if a player does bad, your card does bad. So I don't get into that.
Modern stuff's high risk because if one person I feel like I see everywhere, Charizard can't turn its ACL. It can't,
Yeah.
it can't rupture a hamstring. So that's it can't do something bad in their personal life that makes them a bad person.
Charizard
So,
smoking crack.
It
no.
has so much nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
And that's why those two sets I was talking about, Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon, both have huge nostalgia.
Oh,
So
Following.
I have a pretty strong opinion on where I think it's going. Just I think Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh have this chance for that just right afterwards explosion in nostalgia. You have that big bring back to Blue Eyes White Dragon, bring out to what I honestly I played with more as a kid in first grade, second grade than Pokemon or other things, just card wise. I think you'll have those big booms. I think Super Dragon Ball, the only reason it has the best long term right now is because it's just like Pokemon. They have the super strong IP. The manga's continuing. The anime will likely come back whenever it does, but it's a money-making machine and they keep making content. I know Digimon did a rebrand of like the old, like the first season or like the old characters and brought them back.
They have a new show coming out.
So
Pokemon.
that's where Digimon, I think, has that potential. It's just how long do they keep creating that content? I think is the strongest indicator for how long it stays big. Because the one thing that's amazing about Pokemon is it's just been a train that has continued going along this entire time. DBZ, there was a huge break. Digimon, they've had stuff, but there's different things. Yu-Gi-Oh has different seasons. Pokemon is consistent and it keeps chugging along. That's why I feel the strongest about it. But I think if you look to where the IP stands and where it's going in the next 5 years, that's kind of your best indicator for it. But you also have these nostalgia booms that could skyrocket old vintage up.
Yeah.
But
I think it's one factor, 100%.
Yeah.
It can be a big one for sure. How healthy is the IP in general, right? The intellectual property. So how healthy is that brand? Do they make new content? What's coming out? How well is that content doing? Do they make new games? How well are those games doing? You know, and I agree. I think I'm a little iffy on DBZ because there isn't a lot of vintage, and so it's getting into a lot of modern, and it has that I have that similar fear, I guess, maybe caution is a better word for
definitely.
it. Just for modern cards in general is like, okay, they're probably printing a decent amount of these, blah blah blah, right? I said probably. I'm not. I don't know up on numbers, but just saying like, there's a lot of factors you have to think about, and modern can be tricky versus where
definitely
it's a little easier to like be like, oh, there's not going to be thousands of tins, in Blue Eyes, right?
Right. No, yeah.
First editions,
but I do think there's a big distinction there from that, using that logic from there being a big vintage boom and we see like a big rise in like the Blue Eyes, but will that continue with the rest of it? I still think Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be, they're still printing it. They're still doing it.
Yep.
But there is that less modern kind of fueling the train that I keep using a train reference. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I like trains.
It works.
No, but it keeps pushing them along for that long-term growth. So I think that's, to me, I see that as what will keep that consistent instead of just a craze and dip that obviously all hobbies will see, but but it's up in the air. I mean, like Akira Toriyama stops working or just he's getting older, something bad, like he passes away, that can also immediately hit. It stops doing things. So I think everything's
How much have you bought into DBZ, the new stuff?
He has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff. Do you have anything graded, or are you just playing raw and opening packs?
I have at PSA, but I have almost every booster box.
Is there one set in particular
opened
that
or
we
sealed?
should be buying?
That's all sealed.
Sealed.
What set should we be buying?
So the new stuff is pretty good. The last two sets, kind of in Eli's talk, I'll just go quick. Like, this is one of my favorite sets. It's base set 7, and they have like signature cards in them. So there's like a Vegito that's signed by Chris Sabat and Sean
They have
Schemmel.
signed
Really
cards.
cool.
That's interesting.
So there's this set and
That's a sports thing, is having signed cards.
So the original, so the English voice actors. So the original base set, not even base set, but the Tournament of Power set, the box is worth like $2,000 now. I haven't opened one, and it's super. I cry every day when I look at it because I bought it for $80 and it's worth like $2,000 now.
Oh.
But these I got for retail even as much as 3 months ago. This is a $400 to $500 box now.
Yeah.
It's
how much did they retail at?
I can't believe it.
70. 60 to 60. I can get them now for like 60 to 60, 63. So if you buy them like Amazon, $80.
Yeah, that's cool.
I collected DBZ as a kid, and I still have in my closet all like vintage Dragon Ball Z cards, but they were never worth anything. So to hear that new cards are going up like this and skyrocketing doesn't make any sense to me. When the vintage, even with vintage Digimon, Me, my brother, well, I guess they're my
Yeah,
brothers,
so-
but he has all the vintage Digimon cards, like full sets, but they're not worth anything. But then I hear the new
I'll buy 'em.
the new Digimon cards are worth stuff.
They're worth something to me.
Yeah.
You know, he wants them.
The other craze
doesn't.
around
I don't get why the
Dragon.
new cards are worth stuff, but not the
So-
old ones.
So
There's a
the
following.
the following super being back and just because it's just there was such a long gap. The other thing is I don't know this that well, but the card game is very apparently the people that play it love it. If we had like one of our friends,
That's what I've heard too.
on
That
TikTok-
it's been a good card game.
Russie V on YouTube and TikTok, he loves the cards as well, but also has played it, and he's like, it's my favorite. It's his favorite TCG to play. So now the other thing is some of the very hard to pull cards are associated to that. So kind of the Goku $5,000 PSA 10 card was like one of the most powerful cards ever made and a secret rare, like one per case card. So they do associate that like playability to rarity sometimes as separate cards. So that's a big, so there's lots of factors. I could talk about that for not
Something to
get
think
too
about
long.
too is so when you have a new set, when you have a set of cards or a game that is gaining in popularity with modern. So we saw this with soccer cards, is that the modern soccer cards skyrocketed, right? People loved it. They started getting into it. And the reason they skyrocketed it is because they could get into it and they knew it existed. Right. So we see the prices and stuff skyrocket for modern. And so then as that happened, people started learning about the vintage cards for soccer. Right.
Yeah.
I have a high hypothesis that this will also happen in other card games and other
Yeah,
things like
definitely.
Dragon Ball Z, that if the popularity continues to grow and there are good I haven't really looked at the vintage cards, but if there are decent vintage cards, people will start looking at those and buying those
And-
potentially.
Yeah. And I've seen on PWCC, they're an auction house that they run through eBay. I've seen old cards that do that, nothing insane, but they are still holding value graded. It's just not many people graded them ever. They may have not even taken them. So there's definitely risk in it.
Always.
But the cards, also the card quality blows it out of the water. It's
They do look cool.
It's so nice. The quality is just because I'm pretty sure they actually print the English set in Japan, if I'm not incorrect. So that's
We know from Japanese Pokemon cards that their printing is real well in Japan.
Yep. Yeah, made in Japan. Unless Pokemon cards say that on the box, but I'm pretty sure they're made in Japan.
Don't think they do. That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm looking.
Cool.
Yeah.
Manny, did you want to do the last two questions in the chat?
Are there only two? Are any more questions in the chat?
There's two ones I think they're worth
Yeah,
talking about.
This is Roaring Skies, printed in the US. So the Dragon Ball cards are printed in Japan. So that's kind of unique factor to it.
All right, Eli.
Anyways.
So the first one, just because I want to say the last one for last, is how do you negotiate car prices without lowballing? So
Know what cards are worth. Know what you can sell them for if you're wanting to sell them, or are you trying to buy them in a collection? Like, you got to know your own numbers first off before you can try to buy something, because you might, if you don't know what things are generally selling for, you might be overpaying is really the biggest mistake. I think lowballing can happen, but that's not as big of an issue versus like overpaying.
Yeah, I would say try to think of a number that you were okay of paying with it. Let's say they're asking $100, and your head is like, man, if I can get this for $80, I would be super excited about it. So offer $70, because they're not going to take your first offer most times. They do great, but most of the time they won't. And the way I think about it, it's not lowballing. It's me offering you quick cash, so that way you don't wait around. So now, if you offer them $50, that's kind of lowballing, but like you can still do it. But you don't want to get a representation of like, oh, that guy is just always not the greatest guy to work with. You want people to come back and do business with you. Like I have a lot of people that DM me. It can be good and bad because like I get scammed sometimes, but they'll message me, hey, I have these cards. We did a deal last time. Did you want to buy some? So they give me first dibs because I offer them fair prices and quick cash. So I think more importantly than getting the best deal for you is getting the right deal for both of you guys, because you want to build that representation, especially if you're going to keep buying overs and over. So that's the main thing. And then, like he said, know your numbers before you start offering people stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's tricky. It really is. I have to sometimes. And me and Bulbasaur actually, I was talking to him this weekend about it, about some different card prices and stuff. Because some cards are hard to find pricing
Mhm.
for, and so that's why I like just generally asking like other people I know are buying cards and seeing cards sold and whatnot. Just like, what are you generally seeing these go for? Um, and I put a price out there and I just say, hey, this is what I can do. They came in at like 5 times over, what I was offering. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, if you can get someone to pay you that, like, that's way over market, and like, go for it. Like, that's awesome. If that
Yeah.
falls through, like, contact me. I'm still interested.
Yeah, and then if you're not using make offers on eBay, you're losing out. Like, I never click buy nows. I always click offers, and I'll look for the card and the buy offers. The only time I ever buy now is on TCG Player, because they're set on their price, so you can't negotiate those. But if you're not doing offers, you're losing out on even like $5-10. That stuff adds up over time.
Agree. I always give them an offer. They have it as an option, so it means at a minimum, what you're going to get it $1 cheaper, like generally.
Were you asking me? Oh,
No,
No,
I'm just saying. I was just
okay.
like you're gonna get.
I
just
agree.
an open question.
Let's tackle that last question, Eli. It was a good question too.
cool. That last question I think is really cool, because I think a lot of us started at some point. It says, "How does someone become a good Pokemon TikToker?" So I think that would be cool, because I think a lot of kids and people, even adults, because like we're adults and we're TikToking. So I think a lot of people just are maybe too scared to get out there and do it, and they're just I think they look to for us for some advice. So
I like that they said
with.
Pokemon TikToker, not just TikToker, because
Yeah.
that's different too.
There's a niche market. Anybody want to chime in on that?
Well,
Hey, the chest bet.
so with Pokemon, the easiest and simplest and quickest way and the best way is
Said
communicating.
a lot of words there, so this better be. I'm listening.
Bro,
Best
I'm
way. Here we go.
so distracted right now.
Here we go.
Why did you just save with the chat for a while? Now we're back.
I should have kept it off.
Woo!
Yeah, communicating with the community. So if you're commenting on everyone else's videos and making your presence known and showing that you support them, you get recognized. If we see you every single day, like there's people I see not only on my videos, on everyone else's videos, and they just keep popping up, not only on the comments of videos, but they're in the live streams. They're just they're like they become omnipotent. They're all around. They're all assuming. I'm like, I can't get rid of this person.
Omnipotent.
Good word. Never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's a great way, because
good.
you're about the community, and you look like you're a supportive dude or gal, and you become one of us real quick just by being a part of it, commenting on videos, being in the live stream, participating, showing support, love. That's Pokemon specific.
Anybody else have any tips on how like you would have them go about getting into becoming like starting a TikTok thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Brian, go.
So for any kind of content, it doesn't matter if it's Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or whatever, right? Provide some type of value. So if you can provide some type of value to whoever is watching your content, you're going to start to gain a following, and people are going to be interested in what you're doing because you're helping them in some way. Yeah, it's really difficult. First off, to do funny things. Whelm does it really nicely, but it is very difficult. Humor is really hard on content. Not to say you shouldn't try it or you shouldn't do it, but it is real difficult. But it is a type of value. You are helping people laugh and relax and have a good time, right? So that is still providing value. Pokemon Go, I can easily provide value by telling you about events and information in the game. Can do the same thing about Sword and Shield, right? So there's a lot of different ways to provide value, but that is one thing. If you're just starting out, I would think about, how does my content provide value, and what do I want to do?
Yeah,
Yeah, Tyler, next.
I would follow up on that on just the just on the how do you start. I just literally I didn't know about it. I didn't like not and maybe contest still getting there, but I just pointed and shot. Like I was just like I just did it. I just posted, and like my original videos, I was just like opening Darkness Ablaze, and I was like whispering into it and just being like, oh, I just want to record myself doing stuff.
I know
It's
those
fun.
Darkness Ablaze ASMR videos are the best ones. I literally sleep to those every night.
all
Tyler's
400
voice whispering. Oh my goodness.
just that real deep vocal right now. My high voice. No,
Now we're gonna open up another path. Darkness
I have like
Ablaze
I have like hidden
with
fates from like
Titanic.
oh, let me go get my nice mic. No, but I think jokes aside, I think just doing it and getting started is so important because you just got to do it. Like you're going to get better and you're gonna look and refine, or you may not know what that value that you're providing or where people will take the most away from your content. And I definitely think some of that talking about graded cards or other things was just stuff that started coming up or just telling people about what I was doing. And then they found the interest in some of the things or just the things that I like or that I dislike, like Hoopa. Everyone knows that because
Your favorite Pokemon.
Because it's stupid. But anyways, but no, but I think the biggest thing to getting started is I just tell people just do it. Just go and do something, and then then you can work it out from there. And then I think you take something like Ryan's advice, and that's how you really refine or get around to what you're making and adding that value. But I think the first step is just putting yourself out there, and you'll
start. You got to start. If you don't start, then you don't got anything.
That's my biggest piece of advice.
I think some of us showed our numbers too, of like, we were looking at our stats for 2020, and like some of us had like over 600 videos we made.
How do you see that?
I did too. It's just, that's a lot of videos. Those aren't all going to be bangers, right?
Exactly.
And you just, like TickTockers said, you just got to make stuff. Essentially, you got to start making things. Then you can really start refining. Other things.
Yeah, like you have nothing to lose if you're completely new at making content. No one's following you anyways. So experiment, play with the effects, look at other people, see what they do, other influencers that you
have fun,
respect,
have fun
and
doing
like.
it.
See how they do it, what they do. Go off of them, put your own spin on it. But just keep post a lot, even if it's just sharing your opinion on the game or an episode or a toy or whatever. Like don't put too much thought into it. Just Gary Vee says this, like, don't think about creating, think about documenting. So you're not trying to create the best, biggest piece of footage or whatever. You're just documenting your life. Point and shoot, like Titanic said. Share your opinion. Sharing your opinion helps because it gives other people to bounce ideas off of in the comment section. They can disagree with you, agree with you, but you can pose questions in your video, so give them something to answer. But talk about anything, and it's fine if it all sucks and no one's watching it anyways. If you don't have followers, but use relevant hashtags on those videos. So type in hashtag Pokemon in the description, and then TikTok does a cool thing where they show you other hashtags. Like as soon as you start typing in Poke, Poke, it'll autofill and then tell you how big that hashtag is. Like 1 billion people used it, 1 million, yada yada. Then they'll tell you, okay, which ones are the best ones to use. So you post a Pokemon video, use relevant Pokemon hashtags, and see if you can get a couple people to watch. Keep doing posts like at least 5 times a day. Keep doing that for like a month, and you're gonna see which video does better than others. And then it'll tell you, okay, maybe I should lean more towards this type of video, or I didn't like these videos I did. I really didn't have fun doing, so I won't do those anymore. But I did like making these type of videos, so I'll double down on those. You have to experiment. You have to learn about yourself, learn about content, learn how to make content, watch other people, learn from them. Yeah.
And really just make sure you're having fun, because they can tell if you're having fun in your videos. They can tell if you're stressed out or overwhelmed. If you're having fun, then they're having fun.
Overwhelmed.
No, they can. If you're like having a bad, like an off
No,
time,
I just saying
and you
'cause their
make a
name.
video, I know. And you make a video,
Eli,
like
this isn't the
people can
time.
notice because they see, because you are what they see on their TikTok when they open it. People know us more than we think they do.
They can feel it. I think they can feel it. Definitely.
And this is what I see a lot, and I've told people too, like when they ask me for tips, like a lot of Pokemon content creators, they'll just show them opening a pack. They don't show their face. They have their hands and a pack opening. They don't even talk. They're just playing music and it's a pack opening. Guys, that's not gonna help you grow as fast as you could. You need to talk. You need to turn down that music to like
Correct.
3 real low. You want you to be heard. You got to share your thoughts and opinion. That's how people connect to people. And now I say even show your face. People connect with the eyes, your emotion, your expression, your smiling. You gotta, if you want to grow, you need to become some sort of influencer. You have to get comfortable, and it's fine if you're not comfortable. Like I know about being uncomfortable in front of a camera, believe me, and it's taken me a long many years to get where I'm at, breaking through the comfort zone and all that. You'll get there, but like I said, if you're posting every day, a bunch of times every day, you're gonna get better and better. It's gonna be a long process. You're not gonna feel like you're getting better, but you are, just by doing it.
And I think you hit on it because he's asking about engagement, and I think you kind of get a little bit. But if we can specifically talk about, like, I think a lot of us like will have videos and they just flop, and some videos do great. But I think for new content creators, it's really hard for them to get engagement because they don't have a following like some of us do. What would you say for new content creators? Like, I think you said, show your face, be out there and ask questions. Do y'all have any other tips to get the engagement rolling? Because I think the engagement and the view time is really what makes your videos go a lot better. So what would y'all say?
So I believe the cool thing about being in a niche with Pokemon is that I believe that the majority of people are on the precipice of wanting to talk about the thing that they love and enjoy. If it's the anime, if it's cards, it's a game. So I think everyone is kind of just waiting for someone to like ask them their opinion on who's your favorite starter Pokemon. Do you like fire Pokemon or ghost Pokemon? Who's your favorite anime character? Who do you like one I'm doing today is like, who do you think Ash's dad is? Like, I think personally, I see this whole thing as everyone's just kind of has all this information and wants a place to talk about those things. So I provide them opportunity to talk about those things,
Ryan,
and
you do
even
the best
arguing
job.
about those things.
Look at Ryan's video. His questions he poses in a fun way with the picture in the background. Watch him. See how he does it. He does it beautifully and masterfully, and asking questions, and he is setting up the audience to engage with him in the comment section, and that helps the algorithm. Yeah, just watch him. Hashtags, like I was saying, if no one's following you, hashtags it's not a guarantee way to get a bunch of followers, but it may start sparking up. It tells TikTok, okay, if you're using Pokemon hashtags, the algorithm knows, okay, let me show this video to people who like Pokemon. And it's going to build slowly, maybe one person here, 2 people there, but it's going to start building. And then the followers start slowly building, and some videos are going to do really bad. Some videos will do better than others. It's going to be a roller coaster. But that's how you start. Hashtags. I'm telling you, share your opinion. You have to be opinionated, be energetic like Ryan. Ryan's very energetic, smiling. That comes off so well, and it connects to the people. I'm telling you guys, share your opinion, ask questions, hashtags, show your face. Those are great ways to start.
Cool. That was the last question.
Cool. All right. Let's then I'll wrap it up. Everyone who watched in the actually let's take one step back. Let's plug our thingy things first before I say goodbye.
What?
Tyler, please.
I don't know what thingy things I know. No, just
our OnlyFans pages.
It's popping off. Just saying no. Oh god. Just Titanic Pokemon on TikTok. We're getting close to 10K. It'll be fun to get us 2 cents a video. It'd be awesome. No, but post on Pokemon cards, a lot of modern stuff, grading, opening packs, doing box breaks. Come join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there. Yeah, just having fun there. And then YouTube, all my lives are on YouTube as well. Start doing some more content-based stuff in 2021 for it, but having fun there. All Pokemon.
Cool. Whelmed.
I'm officially whelmed 25 on TikTok, and I have an Instagram as well. And I have fun. If you want to have fun watching Pokemon content, not always the serious, like super straightforward stuff, just something for razzle dazzle time, then you can come enjoy my content.
That's the coolest thing about this community, man. You can do. There's so many different things you can do, man.
Yeah, give kids seizures.
Hey, okay. There's always like that warning, like that I'm using that.
It made my eyes turn on. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Eli, what's your thing?
Just giving Bulbasaur. Main thing is just honestly, guys, I have a link in my bio for you guys to do the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's the biggest thing that I'm pushing right now. I'm not doing anything else, and we're at almost 500. And I don't know if we hit our goal. If we do, we don't. But we're giving away 4 Champion Path Hidden Fate. That'd be cool. Champion Path ETBs. So every $10 you donate, you get a spot. You can get as many spots as you want. You can win as many as you can win all 4 of them possibly. So that's honestly the main thing that I care about right now. So go check that out.
Oh yeah, all for charity. It's all for
Mhm.
Ryan.
Yeah, my name is I Am Risen on all the different platforms. Come follow me on TikTok. Do a bunch of Pokemon Go content, always keeping everybody up to date of what's going on. And then I do a lot of card investment type videos, and then a lot of just like fun questions, me type stuff. Yeah.
I am Manny Simone Cards on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I post different types of content on each of these platforms. So I'd love it if you guys can subscribe and follow me on all those platforms. I'm an artist as well. If you go on my Instagram, you see all my artwork. I do art live on TikTok. If you want commissions, let me know. I do comic book stuff, anime stuff. I can do portraits of real people, whatever. Let me know if you ever want a commission. Just message me on Instagram. YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is Creators Live. We do it every week with some of your favorite Pokemon content creators, answering your questions and talking about any hot topics relative in the Pokemon community. I want to thank everyone who hopped in the chat room today and watched us. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your continued support for all of us. Thank you guys so much. And I want to thank my guests today for joining me and making this possible. Appreciate all you guys.
Make sure to pay us later.
Yeah. We're not taking those bounced checks anymore.
Yours bounced too. Mine did too.
What?
What?
All right, YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
There, guys.
Peace.